I'm at Mark's right now and I need to get a spring jacket, and I really like this jacket. It's kind of warm, has a great hood, and this thing is just, I love funky necks on jackets and things. I always get a really cold neck. Yeah, this is perfect. Sold. They had it in black, but I find black such a dreary color in the spring. Like, you know, I actually wanted a yellow jacket, but those are kind of hard to find. So anyways, I love this. It's perfect. It's not too light. It's not just a shell. It's got a bit of a thickness to it. Do you know what I mean? And the hood is detachable, so that's awesome. But anyway, I ran out of time because now it's 11, and I told Dad I'd meet him for 11:30, and that man is early for everything. So I'm just gonna go straight there. I need to get, like I said, some stationery, but I don't know, I love stationery and shit like that, so it could take me a while, so I'm thinking maybe I'll just order it online. Anyway, okay, let's go. It's freaking snowing. Damn it. Anyways, off to meet Dad. I see him standing outside because he's early for everything. Drinking in the middle of the day. Who are we?
Exactly.
So I'm meeting Dad in Guelph, and I went on this blog and I found like places to eat in Guelph, and this is called The Woolly. And it's a nice pub. I love pub grub, so we're gonna look and see what the special. I'm having a half pint of cider.
Cheers, kid.
Cheers, daughter. Dad and I. It does. We're going for the meatloaf sandwich. Bring it on. Just got back from Walmart, so here's my giant grocery haul. So this was a combination of meal prep for Easter weekend and then a few things that we've run out of. But, you know, just to go through, we've got some red potatoes, sweet potatoes, cheddar cheese, mushrooms, sour cream, apples, table salt, some butter, salted and unsalted, you know, half chewed apple, a bunch of chicken broth. We've got some evaporated milk. I'm doing a bunch of new recipes, so some pork gravy, cinnamon sticks, strawberries, some marshmallows. I think I'm going to do a sweet potato casserole with the marshmallows on top. Have you ever had that? I haven't had that for years, so we'll see. Some yogurt drinks, some of these veggie sticks, rye bread, sandwich buns, regular potatoes. We've got some apple juice. We've got some of these little squishy things, a bag of spinach, a bag of broccoli, which made me laugh. Broccoli woccoli. I was like, oh, that's cute. I'm making a cheese and broccoli soup. Let's see, so for our ham, we needed some pineapple juice. I was able to find a spiralized, bone-in, fully cooked ham. So I'm going to do this yummy, this recipe looks so delicious. You'll have to check it on Pinterest. I got some brown sugar, some bacon, and it's maple, because you know your homegirl. Apple cider vinegar. We've got a roast and some pork chops. So that's really some meal prep even for next week, go figure. And yeah, oh, and then also we are finishing up Esmé's room today, so we're going to be hanging these curtains finally. Anyways, that's done. I'm going to try and get this kid to bed and just kind of finish the day. Well, hello, beautiful people. So yesterday I was busy and I did not pick up the camera. You know, like busy and tired once everybody had left. My aunt came out with my niece. I just siesta'd. We did pizza for dinner. We had like an easy pizza night, and I just kind of took it easy. And also, my aunt is not really on social media, and she's kind of like, she has like this thing where she doesn't want to be on social media. I don't understand that. I respect it though. So because of that, I don't pull out the camera, and I don't have her daughter like too much screen time and all that stuff. Because even though, I mean, I've talked about this before, but it's my choice to document my life, and I appreciate that not everybody in my life has those same views, right? So I have an understanding of, you know, my people, you guys who watch, and I have an understanding of like why I do this, but not everybody does. So very supportive, but it's my thing and not hers. So I tend to not pull out the camera. And then today I had my girlfriend here, and it's so nice to see her. I think I showed her back in October, but we went to school together, and I made delicious cinnamon buns.
We could go out to the park today.
We could actually. Anyway, so I'm making this nice, it's like a pineapple sugar glaze on this ham. I've never made it before, but I found the recipe on Pinterest, so that'll be nice. And I'm doing, what's it called? A sweet potato casserole with marshmallows. Kind of like bringing me back. I haven't had it in years, but my grandma who recently passed used to make that for special occasions, so I thought that would be kind of a special treat. The sun has come out, the snow is melting, and Jack is not sleeping, so I think we're gonna go for a little walk later and just kind of, maybe he'll fall asleep in the stroller or something. I thought for sure this weekend was going to be super quiet, and we've ended up being really busy, and it's lovely. I love being around people. I love socializing. Even though I stay up late making cinnamon buns and weird shit, I get a lot of joy from it, so it's fun. Anyways, happy Easter, you guys. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. So the ham is done. How beautiful is that? Yes, please. I'm making some peas, and I've got the sweet potato casserole going in there. So here we go. It's our feast. We're having ham. He'll come and eat once he wakes up. We're having a casserole, sweet potato casserole with marshmallows. That brings the memories back, doesn't it?
I spent all day slaving over this beautiful meal, actually, just for my daughter and my grandkids.
Well, you babysat. And peas. So there we go. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, Esmé.
It's Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
What do you think of the ham? Pretty good?
No.
Okay, thanks, thanks. Today I'm making the cheese and broccoli soup, so getting started on that. We had a very rough night last night, and after I put this one down, I'll come back and tell you what happened. Like, literally right after I said, hey, here's what we're eating, it hit the fan. So if you follow me on Snapchat, you know it went down, but it's all about Esmé's toe. I'll be back to share. Long story short, she was sitting. Do you remember the bench that I had right there? The trouble with that bench is it's kind of a narrow bench. So all of a sudden, as of yesterday, I noticed that the kids have both fallen off of it. Well, Jack, I mean, he's not as, you know, coordinated, but Esmé's fallen off of it like 3 times this week alone, so it's no longer at the table, if you can notice that. It's not working for us anymore because what happened is she was sitting on it, and somehow she must have done something, like she was sort of on the back, like her knees were on it, and the thing flipped and boom, landed on her toe. It sounds horrific actually. So it landed on the edge of her toe and popped the nail out of the goddamn toenail bed. Oh Lord. There was blood, there was screaming. It was pretty horrific actually. Like, I feel like anytime stuff like that happens to your kids, although my dad, we were reflecting on the situation, he's like, I've never quite seen you so calm. And I'm pretty proud of that, because panicking in any situation does absolutely nothing to help. So the whole time I was like, Dad, call telehealth. Like, in fact, he was a little overwhelmed, because I mean, really, when's the last time he's had a situation like that? So I was like, Dad, call telehealth. Here's your medical card, like, get it sorted. In the end, telehealth was not helpful, because they're like, oh, we'll call you back in an hour. I don't know if that's because it's the holiday weekend or what, but I just jumped in a taxi and took her to the hospital, because I'd had a glass of wine with dinner like right before, and I just didn't feel comfortable driving. So I know it was fine, but you don't want to take that chance. So anyway, we took a taxi, and they basically were very efficient, like really quick with her. They gave her a needle into the toe area, right, to freeze it. I say that like it was something simple. It took 2 of us to hold her down to do that, so that was horrific. And then once it was numb, they put the toenail back in. Oh God, because it's still quite attached. And the nurse did say, like, try to keep the dressing on for as long as possible. And she's like, just take it off layer by layer if you can. And it could stay on for as long as a week, like if I can keep it on that long. Yeah, she said the longer you keep it on, the better. And the toenail will probably come off, but at least it'll come off on its own and not this like traumatic experience for her. So long story short, that was really, it was just one of those moments in parenting where it's really hard. Like, my neck is so sore right now because I had both kids in the bed with me last night, and Jack, he seems to be better today, but he was just like a snotty mess yesterday. So he was a bit needy in the night, and then poor baby, she barely slept because her toe was probably like pulsing, you know, when you get that pain. And she does not take pain medication, so it meant like me tickling her arms and just calming her and saying soothing words and singing, and then she had to pee, but I had to carry her. Like, it was just, it's a big evening, right? That's parenting sometimes. It's not always like these sunshiny moments. Getting some bacon in the oven and the usual eggs for Jack and I. Got some toast in the toaster. I'm really loving Swedish bread, like a light rye right now. I just love it with butter and egg, and it's delicious. It's a bit of a gloomy day out there today, so I think we're just gonna lay low, especially with Esmé's toe. Do you like the soup?
Yeah.
Pretty good, hey? Yummy. So he just had 1 helping of that broccoli cheese soup that I made yesterday, and he's like, more soup at the end of it, so it's a winner. Can you hear that? Nobody's napping. I'm about to abandon ship. So before it gets real crazy up in here, I'm going to make some coffee and eat a cinnamon bun and have a zen moment amongst the crazy. I knew that the day would come when Jackie would slowly stop napping. I just wanted more time. Give me more time. Unfortunately, this coffee's steeped for like way too long. It's going to be seriously strong. Oh well, I have to peel me off the ceiling later. Two things. One, did I tell you that I ended up pulling Esmé out of school? I might sit down and do a dedicated video to tell you why that happened. I'm sure along the way you've heard me complain about the drive and this and that, so anyway, we'll talk more about that later. And secondly, the sun is shining, it's a beautiful day, coffee, water is boiling, it's going to be good. We're going to make this a good day. We're going to end this week on a good note. You feel me? We made it through.
No, we
and we actually found the slippers, sandals that will Velcro around the toe, and some other fun things. Almost done, and then we get to go home and I have a business call that I'm not going to miss this week, so we're going to get there. Well, here we sit, wrapping up the vlog on Tuesday night. Update on the toe is that the bandage has basically fallen off, and it's not cute. In fact, it came off and she was so upset by what she saw under the bandage, because obviously like the skin, like it looks like a zombie toe, you know, so. I've been getting some really nice comments lately where some of you have felt a shift in the mood that I'm throwing down in the videos, and it's obviously because the renovation is done. But then I was just sitting here reflecting, and I think it's a little bit more than that. It's like we're coming up on April, and which is my birthday month, by the way. I'm already planning, like, what are we gonna do for my birthday? What am I gonna do by myself? But May is when we moved to Ontario from Alberta, and I've often said that it takes like 2 years to really embrace a city that you're living and really feel a love for it. But of course there's like a process, you know, and I feel like in the last year I knew that when we were renting at the other place that it wasn't permanent. So you always kind of feel like you're waiting for this next chapter kind of deal. And now that we're in the house and now that the renovation is done, I know this isn't like a forever home or anything like that. Like I've talked about how I don't really deal with forever terms, but it's definitely our home for right now, and I feel like I'm getting settled, and that feels really, really good. And because this like feeling of unsettledness, and that's not a word, but you know, has always been like a huge thing that I've been thinking about for so long, it's been hard to put my focus elsewhere. So now that I'm not thinking about that, I've really been able to, I don't know, like reignite my joy and my passion for what I'm doing here on YouTube. And it's been really like forcing me to think about, you know, what am I, or who am I about, and like what am I trying to portray? And I'm just really giving it a lot of thought, and I'm really just carving a space for myself, and it feels really good. And I'm just happy that I'm not so like doom and gloom with you guys anymore, because I don't feel it. I feel really good. And this week I have an event on Thursday, which I'm super stoked. I'm going to be in Toronto for this event, and I will share more about it, and I will vlog so you guys can see a little bit about what's going on in my life. But it's kind of fun, and I must say it's really cool to be in a city where I can actually tap into other creators in this industry, because when I started my channel 3.5 years ago, I was sitting, you know, in this little island in Malaysia, and I didn't think about what this could potentially become. I kind of had an idea, obviously I had a little vision, but I didn't really imagine it, where tonight I'm sitting here and I just surpassed 3 million views on my channel, which is huge for me. That may not be huge for some, but for me that's big. On that note, let's wrap it up before I get too sappy here. But yeah, I just appreciate you, and that's that. All right, so keep it real. I'll see you guys next week for sure, if not sooner, and that's that. All right, friends, bye.